Hey guys, it's Mark and Travis.
Yes,
What's up, buddy?
not much. Anyway, today we're going to talk about business now. So at the end of the video, we're going to give you 3 ways that you can find business today rather than more of a pipeline business type thing. So Travis, you had something happen to you this week. What was it?
Yeah, so of course you all know that I'm a door knocker, and in my neighborhood I've been doing this for over 10 years. This specific house just happened to be there at the right time. Door knocked their house. They called me up later that day. They actually want to buy a condo for a family member, and so signed the buyer broker agreement with them, and now we're looking for $1 million condo.
Yeah. So business now, right?
Yep.
It wasn't, oh, I want to sell my house in 6 months. It was like, I have an immediate need. So that's business now. So for us, Yuko and I were doing open house last weekend, and we talked to a couple that had inherited a house. And a lot of people don't like doing open houses. They say they don't get business, guys. Trust me, door knocking, open house, slays it. So they left, and we got a phone call the next day, got a listing appointment with them, and we met with them one time. There's a lot of construction that needs to be done, so we'll be meeting with them again. I'm very confident we'll get a signed listing agreement on Monday for that one. Guys, business now. So let's break that down a little bit. There's 3 ways that we get business now, and let's talk about one of them. So the first one would be door knocking, right? So
correct. So door knocking, that's your long-term plan to build your name, to brand yourself, but you also get the business now with it. So a lot of these homes, I've been door knocking forever. I get the call, hey, we finally want to sell our house. But then also, they talk to you, or you get the call that day, hey, we want to buy another house. We have another property somewhere else. And so those are the ones that you get where it's business now.
And I love that because one thing can turn into 4 things.
Yep.
We had someone at open house this last weekend where they wanted to buy the house that we're selling, right? But they had to sell their house first, right? So there's a twofer right there. So we have to list their house, and we have to sell our house to them. Yeah, a lot of moving parts, a lot of things that we have to do that are going to be difficult to make fall in place, but we can do it. So instead of getting one side, we get 2 sides, possibly 3, because someone else may come into the mix that buys their house. And then now we've got 3 deals going. But anyway, that's business today, guys. We get that from doing open houses and also from door knocking. And one of the other ways we do it is both of us are very talkative people.
Yep.
So grocery stores?
Everywhere I'm at, out with friends, anywhere. Hey, what do you do? Or you talk to people and that conversation just comes up. Not trying to sell them, it's just part of the conversation.
Make it interesting.
Make it interesting.
Have interesting stories to tell about real estate or flipping or something, for God's sake.
And then ask. Let me put this in there too. Always ask. Who do you know that's buying or selling a house?
Yeah.
Don't be afraid to ask them.
Yeah, because you're never going to see them again anyway, more than likely. And if you do, they're just going to know what you do. They'll remember you. So like what Travis said about talking to people, I do the same thing. I'm literally the grocery shopper checkout line guy. I talk to people every single time. And why do I do that? I'm not trying to make friends, and I'm not necessarily trying to find a deal. I just want to stay in practice. I want to talk to everybody that I see about what I do, but I don't want to do it in such an obnoxious way that they avoid me from now on. So how do I do that? How do I do that? Ask me how I do that.
How do you do it, Mark?
Well, I'm amazing, number 1. But number 2, I have an interesting story to tell them. I make myself amazing. Okay, I'm not amazing. Well, kind of, I guess. Don't you think I'm amazing?
Not really.
Okay, but anyway, that's one man's opinion, which doesn't count. But my opinion is I'm amazing, and I talk to people about what they want to hear. What do they want to hear about? They want to hear about interest rates. Yep. They want to hear about what's going on in the market. They also want to hear about flipping. And that is one thing that gets everybody going. Absolutely. At a party, what do you do for a living? Oh, well, we flip houses and we're real estate agents. They don't glom onto the real estate agent part, right? They don't. They heard it, but they don't glom onto it. They glom onto the glorious flipping part, which is not so glorious as we all know, but it's something that starts a conversation. So I can tell them an interesting story about I came to the door and it was some old guy standing there naked and I had to get him out. And it's just this, I have 100 stories like that. Travis has 100 stories like that too. That's interesting. That gets people's attention. they remember that story.
Yeah.
And then they remember at the end that also we're real estate agents, because we tell them a story about that too. So we can mix things in. Guys, just be interesting. Don't be boring. Don't always go up and say, well, you know, I'm a real estate agent. It's nice to meet you. Do you want to sell your house?
Yeah,
that's not exciting.
Here's my card whenever you want to sell. No, it's a story. You have to create a story, something interesting, so they remember you and they'll want to work with you. A lot of these stories, it's just either something funny or, like Mark said, with the flipping, you know, how, you know, puts it in their head, oh wow, maybe I can make some money with this person.
Yeah.
Maybe this person might be able to sell my house for more, or maybe this person will find me a flip.
Oh yeah,
that's absolutely it.
The horsepower you get from being an investor agent is so much more than just being an agent.
Yeah.
Because now you, number one, you've become very interesting in their eyes. But number two, it gives you a lot more business class. I know how to build houses. I know how to fix houses. I know how to evaluate houses. I know how to sell houses, right? So we do it all. So the third one I want to hit back on again is number 3, is open houses. Everybody hates to do them, but you shouldn't. It is our probably number 2 source of leads.
Yep.
This last weekend, we got 3 solid buyer leads that we are following up on. We've gotten appointments with 2 of them already, and it's only Monday. So we got one on Saturday. We met with him on Sunday. They came back to the open house for a meeting, and we've already got signed brokers agreements on 2 of them. Astounding, but we've already done it. All right, and Yuko is an ace at that. I'm gonna have her come on and talk about that. She spends a lot of time behind the camera, but she's really good at those, and I know you are too.
Yeah, I want to talk about open houses. You know, once about my 2nd year into the business, once I figured out really how to do open houses and set appointments, it doubled my business.
Let's talk about that. Let's unpack that, because this is one thing that you guys can do. It costs absolutely zero. Door knocking, you're going to have to pay a little bit of money for notepads and flyers and things like that. Not a ton, but open house is 100% free. Once you pay for your signs, it's free. So
yeah, that's your office. You set up open house. You're there for 3 hours. It's your office. Your sign's out front. Hey, come in and talk to me about real estate. And so everybody's coming in, whether they're neighbors, so at some point they're going to sell or maybe buy again.
Yes.
You know, and you are getting people coming to the open house to look to buy. So it's basically your store's open and all your customers are coming in. Now you just have to have the proper tools and scripts and everything to close them. Yeah. But like I said, once I figured that out, I basically doubled my business. And now every buyer I work with is as good as a listing because I have that buyer broker agreement. So like Mark said, open houses, I mean, if there's anything you can do, you got to do open houses. And you know, the first 5 years of my career, I did open houses Friday, Saturday, and Sundays. That's what I did on weekends.
We still do them every Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
Because we've got listings, and we're the first ones lined up to do our own listings. Yeah. Okay, so let's go over those 3 methods again. So number 1, door knocking can get you business today.
Yep.
Travis proved that. Door knocking can get you business today. Number 2 is talk to people. Talk to people,
be interesting.
Parties, grocery store, doctor's office. I mean, I talked to my eye doctor the other day. I didn't even tell you about this. I'm sitting there and the thing is, well, what do you do, Mark? And I was like, I'm a real estate guy. I'm a real estate agent. And he goes, oh, I live in Huntington Beach. True story, by the way. I live in Huntington Beach and we're looking for a bigger house. And I said, oh, that's interesting. I said, well, I can help you out with that. We got to talking. I called him back later on that day. Nothing's happened yet, but he's not ready to move quite this minute. But guys, I just talked to him about what I did.
Yeah.
That was it. And then number 3 is
open houses. Sorry. So it's the door knocking, it's the talking to people, and it's the open houses. All 3 of those, like you said, Mark, I mean, talking to people in open houses doesn't cost you anything.
Nope.
And it's the best way to get it. It's your best source of business.
Business now. So guys, there's no reason that you can't start getting listings right away. But at the same time, which we'll talk about more in the future, you got to fill that pipeline too for business in the future. So you got to do both at the same time. But business today is the best. Guys, I really want you to sign up for our next Zoom call. And there's a link down below. We talk about this in depth and we answer questions on every single Zoom call. We only take a limited amount of people on these Zoom calls because we don't want it too crowded, so people have ability to ask questions. So sign up early. The link's down below. Also down below, Travis and I both have free material for you. Everything's free that we do, guys. We're not asking for anything. But if you could share this video with other people, if you could take a screenshot of it and share it on your Instagram, that would be awesome, and tag us. But we're not selling anything. We never will sell anything. But what we want you to do is learn more and become successful. So there's other things down there that you can look at that are going to help your career move forward. We've got stuff on investing, and we've got stuff on how to market. All right. So go down there, have a good time. Let us know what you think. Leave some comments, and we'll see you next time. Travis?
Tuesday, September 3rd, 1 p.m.
Bye.